Hello guys. So on frame you probably see several cute looking EDC lights. And here's another one. Tange. The original Tange that came out last year, and it was possibly one of the biggest failed project of 2018 for me. I've sold anywhere between 60 to 80 of these, and I ended up refunding maybe, actually, I refunded everybody that contacted me. So it was a pretty terrible light. The concept was pretty cool, gimmicky pressure touch. Works well though. If it was reliable, it would have been a good light, but it is not. It was not a reliable light, and it made my life miserable for a little while. But I like the concept, so I'm determined to keep at it. All right. So here we have. Let's just call this Tange V2. How about that? All right. Because it is what it is. It's very similar to the other light in terms of concept and performance and everything, user interface, but the circuitry is completely redone. All right, the host is completely rebuilt, remodeled, everything. This is a very hefty light. It weighs more than half an ounce, and every body piece is very thick. You can see here, the touchpad is held in with a large, thick stainless steel retaining ring to make sure that everything is in place. Head heavily glued, and you untwist this body piece right here to expose the charging port, micro USB charging port. There's O-rings on the blue body here, and then there's another O-ring on this end. So the light is actually nicely waterproofed. Okay, really nice seal. Yeah, this time around I'm expecting nothing but a tank. Okay, so, and I think you calling it a tank is quite appropriate, because it looks hefty and it feels hefty, and it's rather thick, and it operates flawlessly. Okay, I have ran these three exact samples here. I have ran at least 4 cycles of completely fully charged and then draining it out, completely fully charged and draining. I did it 4 times. I've never made it to where the light completely dies, because it just takes too long. The light there's 3 levels on it: 2 lumen, 20 lumen, and 120 lumen on the max level. And I was started on the max brightness at 120, but after a long while it will gradually dim down to, say, right about 70 lumen, and it stays there for a really long time. And then it'll dim down to maybe 15, 20 lumen or so, and it just stays there forever and ever and ever, and I just don't have the patience to wait for it to die out, because it takes too long. Really long. So I think it's gonna be interesting, because I know some of my customers are gonna be doing extensive runtime, and I'm gonna be offering incentives for people that would like to do runtimes, careful runtimes of all the 3 different levels. Okay, so watch out for that. Comes in 3 different colors, and I have a few lights here just to show you guys in size comparison here. Right here I have a 45 ACP. At first I thought it was the size of a 45 ACP, but it's a little fatter. It's more like a 50 AE than a 45 ACP. So it's not a really small light. It's kind of a stubby light. Okay, it is shorter than the Tange, but fatter than the Tange. Okay, same lens, same everything, but it's definitely a little fatter than the Tange, but it is so much more well built. Not only that the circuitry is well built, but the host, the body parts are really well built, and I'll demonstrate that in a little bit. So here is a Tiny VN. You can find all of these lights on my store. So Tiny VN, Warm VN, a very popular keychain light, rather big and heavy, but if you don't mind, it's a really nice, well-rounded but expensive keychain light. And then the Tool VN is probably my best-selling light. It's not probably, it's my best-selling light of all time on Lumen. So just throw it in here for size comparison. So let's pull that out. Pull the tiny VN out. And here's a very, very nice knife. I'll talk about it in a different video. Okay, so you know what? Why don't we demonstrate the user interface first, and then I will tell you a little bit about how robust this thing is. All right. So here's the red. It comes in blue, red, and black. Obviously, it might look a little orange on video, but it's definitely red, not orange. Okay. From off, if you press and hold for 1 second, it will activate the light on whatever level that it was last left on. Okay, 6500 Kelvin XPG3 is the only LED at the time of release. I will have different LED options as we go. And actually, you can probably custom order any LED you want, but you know, price will be relatively high. Okay. Talking about price, let's press and hold to turn it off. Talking about price, I'm sorry, I'm just running all over the place, but if I don't, I'm gonna forget. So if we're talking about price, it's gonna be right around $20 to $25. I haven't made up my mind yet, but yes, $20 to $25. Maybe I'll do an early introductory price of $20 for the people that picked up the Tange and suffered with me, but maybe the official running price is going to be right around $25, because this version actually cost me $3 more to have. I'm talking about bulk prices here. This light cost me $3 more to build compares to the Tange. So, but I did not skip this time. It's definitely worth the extra money to have this built right. Okay. All right, so let me demonstrate the user interface. Let's just do the black one so it looks less blingy on video. Is that a good idea? No, I like it blingy. All right, it's blue. Okay. Yep, you turn this thing right here. This ring right here, you expose a micro USB port. When the light runs low, or it will the LED in the back here will lit up in red. If you plug it in and it shows red, that means the battery is depleted and it's being recharged. When it's fully recharged, it will turn blue. All right. If you quickly tap the rear here, there's a kind of a heart beating pulsation. It's kind of cool. You can put this on your neck and wear it like a necklace, and it's kind of neat. All right. Nothing, just a little toy. Yeah, kind of a gimmick, but it's kind of cool. All right, an auxiliary light, something to play with. All right, and then you touch it, it'll turn off, and that's that feature. If you press and hold, it will turn on the light on the last level that you last left it on. And this is the 2 lumen low, and on this 2 lumen, it would likely run forever. I don't know. You guys will find out. And then when it's on, every single touch will advances. Okay, so low, medium, high, and then it goes back to medium, low, medium, high, medium, low. So it walks up and down. All right, so if you're at low, you know you're gonna get medium, and then the next up you're gonna get high. If you're on high, you know you're gonna get medium because it's gonna walk down now. And then if you're on medium, it comes down to low, medium, high. So you know, pretty simple UI really. Press and hold to turn the light off, press and hold to turn it on. There's really no risk of accidental activation because this is you have to activate this light via touch. So if you're wearing gloves, it's not going to work. So what do you do if you're wearing gloves and you need to turn on the light? You hold it up to your nose, and your nose will activate it just fine, or any part of your skin will activate it just fine. All right, there you go. See if that part works. There you go. All right. So, but it on softer skin, it probably works a little better, I think. I'm not sure. But on your nose, it works very well. On your fingertips, it works very well. You can tell that my fingers are kind of destroyed from chemicals working with lights, but it works fine. All right, and the user interface is pretty simple, works fine, recharges fine, it works very well. And I have been beating the crap out of these lights. I've been throwing it, banging on it, and you know what? It works. It just works. All right. You know, I've been banging the crap out of these lights. I'm gonna show you right now. And I've been throwing it on my carpet. I cannot afford for another project to fail. So I'll beat the crap out of it, see if anything is loose, and everything is just tight, and it just works, all right? And you know what? Let's see if it works. There you go. There you go. So I beat the crap out of these lights, and they just work. And I can't really get it to fail. It's no diving light, so I'm not going to dunk it. But I pour water on it, and I dropped it in water, and I pull it out, and it was fine. The seal keeps the water out, so that's that. I'm not going to leave it in a bucket of water for an extended amount of time because it's definitely not built for that. But, you know, just to check and make sure that it's okay if it's accidentally, you know, dropped into a toilet or a sink, that it'll survive, and it did, all right? So I bang on it. Oh, I even use a hair dryer and blow on it for real. Don't do that at home, please. There's a battery inside. Don't do that. I'm just doing it because I cannot afford another failed project. And I blow on it with hot air, and yeah, it just works. I just can't get it to fail, all right? And I've charged it. I pull the... I plug in the micro USB port multiple times, in and out, trying to wiggle it and do all kinds of things, you know, all kind of dumb things to it, and it just works. So I don't know. I just have confidence in this version now that I'm releasing it again. It's a good light, and it's finally to the point where I want it to be. Definitely paid more to have everything beefed up and thoroughly tested. And every single light that is shipped to me from the factory is tested. They all have a check on them, at least not torture testing, but at least to test for proper operation. All right? And there's a check on every single box to make sure that it works. And when I get the light, I'm going to check it again. I'm going to plug it into charge, make sure that it runs right as it should. I'm probably not going to bang it. I'm not going to bang your light, but, you know, I've been banging these 3 lights for a while now, and it just hasn't failed. So I hope you guys give it another chance. I'm giving this project another chance. And I think it should be very good now, because definitely invested more to have this done right. And I think that it is done right this time. Cannot get it to fail. And it feels like a really substantial... keychain light now, that, or whatever light you want to call it, EDC light, but it is not going to fail on you. Yeah. You know, if this was the original Tange, just made this way, I would have sold so many already. Now the reputation is kind of stained, so, and I'm worried as hell for another bad project, but, you know, I think this should do it, because it's... Can't get it to fail. It just works. All right, it just works. All right, that's that. I'm gonna, you know what? How about this? Let me turn out the lights and see what it looks like with the lights off. All right, little beam shots, because you know it's 120 lumen. I'm not gonna take it outdoor. It's not really gonna shine any, It's a keychain light up close, so I'm not going to do any outdoor beam shots. Let's just do it indoor and see what we have. We're kind of in my, what do we call it? This is kind of like my storage room, all right? All right, I'm going to turn out the lights. All right, shit, can't see anything. Oh, okay, let's start on low. So that's the low. Oh, boy, okay. So, let's just aim it this way at the bicycle. I don't want you guys to see all the other junk I have in here. All right, let's see if I can get it to focus. So that's low. Let me see if I can put it in frame. So yeah, that's the light, low. And then, oh wait, no, oops, my bad. That's low. And that's medium, and that's high. It was high. It was my fault. It's just so dark. I couldn't tell. All right, so so that's high, medium, and then low. So this low is the right around 2.5, 2 lumens. It kind of varied from sample to sample. Okay, some sample is like 3 lumens, and then some sample it drops to like 1.8 to 2. So you know it varies. Nothing is, you know. It's not perfect, but it's right around 2 lumens on average. And yeah, even with 2 lumen, you can probably navigate in the dark, okay? Oh, and medium is really nice. 20 odd lumens, and yeah. And then, yeah, high, obviously. Very, very nice. So you can just kind of... Yeah, 120 lumen is plenty for a keychain light, pendant light, whatever lights. This would make a pretty nice gift since it won't be that expensive. And then... Okay, so there you go. That's that. It's a great light. I have full confidence in it this time. So let's give this another shot, shall we? Later, guys. And girls. And gals.